Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming with your current energies report. Divine Sunshine report. I'm just saying, Divine Sunshine reporting live from Divine Sunshine Channel, Divine Unisouls Channel 11. Yeah. Yeah. So I am Divine Sunshine and am your intuitive spiritual life coach. I am here to give you the keys into union, keep energizing yourself into union. That's what KEY stands for. Um, I haven't been on here a while. Had some downloads. Had a good 2 day headache. First day I just went on. I didn't take anything for it. I was like, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna work through it. Let it change some things going on here, up here at the top of your head. And I was really pretty much energized to go ahead and to do some readings today. So I got that out. I did that first, and then I was working on a lot of things. Have you all? How was your September the 21st? Do you remember the 21st night of December? So, September 21st. I'm just going to say that for me, 21 represents the truth. And I do like my mom. I'm going to talk third party or no, she said third person. It's like the truth came out on that part. That's all I'm going to say. I stay grounded in that, and I see why they said about the song with September. And so a lot of truths, a lot of symbolisms came out. I showed that cross. I seen the clouds. It was a cross. It was more prominent when I was going, and the more and more I took my time in trying to get my camera, my phone out to take the picture, it kind of dissipated. But it was a clear T. Seeing one while I was on the bus going to Milwaukee this weekend, one of the organization members was like, members, look. She said, if you want to see a rainbow, look to your left. So we looked to the left, which would be the divine feminine side. We seen up there in the clouds there was a rainbow. That's why I went out and took the video of that. That rainbows always represent, the connection to the divine twin flame journey, the connection of from you into your divine masculine, God's covenant, God's promises. Oh Lord, that's that's going to happen. I'm gonna have to be late on the call for that because you all come first, and I got to make sure I get that together. So that's what my membership that I'm on with that, and so I had to get on that. Beforehand, I had a lot of some ahas with even the DM and the 3D. Something was happening in the classroom with one of my students. Him and I had like a kind of like a debate about how you would handle and going about. He had to remind me, like, I got a degree in psychology, don't you? And I like, oh yeah, because I'm battling to talk about, well, I'm a teacher and I've been at this for so and so years, and this is why this child needs X, Y, Z. And he's like, okay, but I'm strong like against that. You should try to look at a different way of going about servicing that child. I don't think that's the within the end all. I'm bringing this to you because a lot of times the divine feminine and divine masculine or any of your counterparts might come from different backgrounds. It is for you at that point to be able to see those differences and to be able to use that as just like with fingers, like me bringing this together. How can we take those differences and come together? Like I said at the end of the conversation, not getting deep to it, I thanked him. I say thank you. Although my Aries fire was like, nah, is this that way? And I'm doing all this posturing, and I don't know if the ego is in the way or whatever. It's like, nah, because I stand for it because he's been doing this and this, and he needs this, and whatever. And he just like in a calm way was like, this is no. And he helped me to see it from a different perspective. And I say that within our long story short, cutting it short, is that a lot of times, although our counterparts are different, and just like they say counterparts, they're counterparts before a reason, to help us to be able to see things from a different perspective, and to be able to honor that. At the beginning of our twin flame journey, that was looked upon. I thank God that we've grown to this point, but at first it was looked upon as like, This is like sleeping with the enemy. You're the enemy. You know, like you think different. Yeah, you know, I'm on this side of the fence and I'm on this side of the fence. And so now we've kind of grown to that point. It's like, okay, I can honor that. You know, some things I'm different in spiritually. I show him different things. And so sometimes he's like, and then I've seen him kind of like, okay, now he's at the point. It's like, okay, I'm willing to listen. Okay, that's a different perspective. Maybe so. I kind of go through that. So I've showed him a lot of times to say, okay, I thank you for those differences. So if a lot of times you've seen that you and your counterpart, your divine unisoul partner is different, know that it was not by mistake why they're totally different from you, come from different backgrounds, different beliefs, different principles, different things. Is because it's able to show you like the other side of the coin. You know, maybe you haven't seen it from this perspective, kind of learning how to embrace that, so you can learn from each other's differences. Thinking about also this weekend, like a lot of the challenges that we have, that we're thinking that, or when they happen, that they're not really equated as being really love. Uh, and although our counterparts might be going into those three-party situations, or excuse me, or either karmic lessons, and some kind of way the things that we think that they're doing towards us is not really an act of love, but it is. I've stated that before, and I've seen it come up again this weekend. And they wanted me to kind of emphasize to you all that all of those things, don't discredit it because they're not doing it in the way, in the manner that you think it would be. To know that, oh, it's not today, they're going to move to Thursday. Thank you. That it's not credited the way you think it would be. That it's still love, okay? You know, it might be that tough love in which the lessons that they're giving us, but it's still love all the most. I seen something on Jupiter 11:11. She was talking about how to be able to manifest some things and your thoughts and changing things on her last video. I want to also add on to that that I found some things that had kind of helped me to work when I'm trying to raise my vibrations and think of things and manifest things in my mind, because I'm that type of person. I think of thinking, and it's always coming sometimes with a negative kind of viewpoints. It's like it's kind of hard. It's like, okay, yeah, you trying to trick my mind, and like, why are you tricking my mind? Because I already know that's not true. And so, you know, it's kind of like things in which, in order for me to kind of work with things and manifest things, I found for me, the trick, if you have that kind of mind, that is kind of hard, and it goes back to default setting again. It's like, I thought we kind of worked at this already, brain. I thought we kind of quite understanding that we were going to think more positive from now this point on, but it looked like you done kind of went right on back to the default setting of negativity. And so I like to think of point of what if, like, you know, think and said, like, what if we really at one day had you know, like, go out on a date, the DM and I kind of like, how would that feel? And you know, kind of that, and kind of say, oh, that would be nice. You know, we'd be this, we go to my favorite restaurant, I'll be eating, you have a conversation, yada yada yada, and kind of really get into that feeling of like, oh yeah, you know, not forcing myself. Like, picture yourself going out on a date, then they're like, then you like, nah, but what about his situation, the karmic situation? That ain't gonna ever happen, because and then it starts the conversation. But if you just say, like, what if, and you know, and you kind of start from that point on, it kind of stops your brain from starting to try to go back into default position. And it's just like, we're just playing around, this is real light, you know, let's just kind of see where the process of thinking takes us. Okay, that's another way in which you could use is process. And then you could take that and say, okay, you know, wouldn't it be nice if that would be really happen? Like, yeah, you know, I would like that to actually manifest and happen. Then you'll be able to do that. So that's just another way. You know, some of those hardcore ones is kind of starts down our brain. Is like, nah, I'm supposed, my setting is left, and this is where I'm staying, and I can't really think of it in no other kind of way. You know, you have to kind of think of another way. For me, and that's the kind of brain overthinking, maybe a crown chakra overactivated or overworking crown. For me, that helps me kind of diffuses it. It helps me to be able to kind of relax and actually think about that and then turn it into, yes, this is what I want to manifest. So I just wanted to add that on into that too. That's another practice that I have used, and that kind of works for those ones that's got that overactive crown chakra. Sometimes that trickery and playing around with it, that don't really work, because we're almost to the point that we're just too smart to say, okay, I can't be playing house or pretend. It don't work for me. It already knows that ain't gonna work. But if I kind of ease it a little bit into it and say, yeah, you know what, I kind of like that. My heart is in connection with it. When I'm speaking in my here, the bridge, the heart is connected, and here the crown and the third eye is there. Then we can link up and make it manifest and make it so. That was one thing I wanted to add on to her footnote to that. For those of you all that's kind of got that overactive crown chakra, that's another way that maybe you can go around and circumvent that and reset. Um, um, Also, I liked that she has put down there Jupiter 11:11. She is stating, I said I wanted to go back. That goes back to what my dad's statement that he always has stated. She was talking about how, some of us don't understand about the understanding that we all are in union. I stated that before, that we all are in union. I said that you're in union, you're in union. We've got union automatically in spirit. Like I said, if my heart and his heart is connected and I can tell how he's feeling at this moment, and I can say, something's going on with him and this like that, we're already in union because I'm already connected to you heart to heart. We're connected, which that means we are in union. The thing is again, we're trying to connect the next level of it which is in physical union. So again, I like the statement, like she's saying, the facts is if they're in some third party or this karmic situation, which is a person, place, a thing, like I've always stated, that might be acting as a block. And you say, no, the fact is that, yes, this is blocking for the next step of that union process to occur, then that is a fact. But it is not the truth. The truth is that we are, again, the truth is that we are destined, or we are going to be in physical union. We're not there at this present moment, not yet, or right now at this moment. That is the facts. Facts are showing up that there is that, but the truth is of the matter of is that goes back to what my dad said. And when I listened to her say that, that helped me to get an aha moment. I was like, oh, now I see what you're saying. So a lot of times my dad had told my aunt this, is that you can't have an opinion until you have all the facts. So I want to tweak it. So he's speaking not from a spiritual aspect, but we're saying that you cannot have the truth unless you have all of the facts. Okay. You can't, right. Yeah, you can't, right. So my thing is, even though you think you got all the facts in place, that again is not really the truth yet until you really have put it all together and knowing that spiritually the truth is the real deal. But the facts can actually change, and they can even be formed into an opinion too, because somebody can come around and discredit that in their own little way. Everybody, like, they do fact checks with the presidents and when they're doing things and saying stuff, and they're like, well, that's not really true, because really according to the polls it was 99% this, and then somebody could come along and say, well, no, that's not really what that fact was about. That was quoted back in 1985, and now the percentages have actually changed now. People of America don't feel that way now. Now it's really 99.9% that believes this. Okay, that was a fact back then in 1985, and now in 2019 it has changed the percentage. So that's why I say facts could change. Facts could change into opinion. That's why you have to look for the foundation of the truth. So you can't have all. You can have all of the facts, but until you have all of it to be able to form an actual truth, is the difference. And so when we're talking about spiritually, it's kind of different in the 3D of how that realm goes about, because some of the facts, again, according to times, things change, timelines change, and they're not always going to stay the same. They're always currently moving and evolving. And so what you have to stand on when you're thinking about the union is, as far as that is, what is really the spiritual, what is the truth, what is God or the universe have really set forth to let you know that, okay, you and this person is in union. The thing is, like Patricia Mcnealy always say, you're here to have physical union. You're here to have love. You're supposed to be in love with your divine counterpart. That's what you're here for, to finish it out, not to be in separation doing that. That's the truth. Now, what's the facts that's showing up and popping up is them being here, or you in separation, or either they're in those karmic situations or the three-party situations. That's the difference, okay? And so that's something that we kind of got to, I wanted to make sure that, to let you know that facts can change, but the truth stays the same, okay? That doesn't ever change. The truth is that's your twin. The truth is that is we are in union. That's the truth, okay? It's already showed spiritually. What you're trying to look for is some evidence or some facts in the 3D that balances out with that occurrence or happening or this manifestation in there, as far as so within, so without, so on earth as it is in heaven. That's what you're looking for, that. But as far as the union aspect, you've already have that, because again, like I said, we're already tied, we're already tethered, we already have those cords or whatever kind of things, that our souls are tied, our spirits are tied to each other. And so we already have that form of union, okay? That's the 15 minutes I want to go start off with that. So that's my little chit chat and talk about that. So I hope you got that. Yeah, we're not even going to go into that. Okay, so now, we don't want to even introduce that. So now, going into this next thing. I already did shuffle the cards. What we need to this week is how do you show love to others? Love is our intentions and our objective for the current energies. We have the card. I got a new card, Sound Define. Sound Define is intentions. This is our intentions in which we are working with. Sound Define, which is this. I like this because I'm also working now. This is a new thing I'm working with, is the sounds as well, and it's give you a chant and a mantra to work with as well. And I've been working with, I signed up a class to be able to do that, so I'm going to try to see how I can incorporate creating a meditation that has with the sounds as well. This handling with like depression and anger, because that's another aspect sometimes of us, that we get frustrated on this journey. We get kind of depressed on this journey about different, even the different energies, or things are not going the way that we want to, and or some more cracked off. And so that's something that I want to deal with. So the intention. So we're drawing this card, means Sound Define. It's asking you to make a list of your many expectations, as these are the seeds of your intentions. Thought creates reality. So by revealing this card, you are being asked to truly specify what you intend and to place a purpose to that intention. From clearly defined purposes, your experience is wrought. The angels want you to experience love, joy, and success. Therefore, visualize yourself and your intimates in gratitude, joyously experience the outcome of your intention. This is the kernel from which abundance grows. Chant hey in praise of the joy that you feel. And that's what I was talking about, like that, the way I told you to visualize before, the what if visualization. Pretend, say what if, and then you go into that will go into your intentions. And then after you've done that, then you can go and chant hey, hey, hey over again in praise of the joy that you feel. So you take the breath and say hey, hey. So you go ahead and chant that over and over again, okay? until that helps for you to feel that joy kind of takes over like that. Okay. Um, that's a thing that you can work with. Okay, so now let me look at the next thing, which is, okay, this is in, I told you. This is the divine feminine. I looked up somebody, it's like, we just got to really understand it, although I'm doing the divine feminine and the divine masculine side, that we got to remember, again, this is really you looking at the different aspects of yourself. I know we like to, that's creating separation. I've said that before. I jumped off of it. I went with the masses with how you all felt. But again, we are talking about, this is not really truly divine unisouls again. This is again about bringing uni, which means one soul, looking one aspect of yourself, which is the feminine aspect, which is emotional, feeling side, and then looking at the analytical side as well. Your divine counterpart, which is your avatar, which is you showing an expression, manifesting in the 3D will be what's that other side that I'm talking about, but that's really you, but that's how it's manifesting and showing up through your counterpart, of the opposite of who you are that's watching this. Okay, so just keeping that in mind. So right now in your heart space, you have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Okay, so this is the space in which you are currently in, the divine feminine. You know that you are magical, but at the same time, you're still allowing things to kind of box you in, to block you from really getting there. So you're at the point that you're saying, you know what, I'm kind of tired of this. You're at the point to say, I want to gain back control. You have been at a fork in the road about some things. You know that you got to really kind of pull to move things forward, to get to going. You're at the point right now that you really truly feel like, you know what, you can stick a fork in me. I am done. I'm done with this monkey business, this monkeying around. You've gotten some knowledge about some things. You're eating from the apple. You're becoming wiser, and you're really taking some ancient ways of moving from one place to another, to taking that things of the past and helping to move you forward, okay, to cross the finish line. Your finances and career is in the forefront right now. So this is really playing a part in your love life. You really probably have planting some seeds and waiting for them to be sold. This is funny that they're saying it because this is the fall, and this most of the time is the harvesting time. So what things you have planted, or maybe you say I need to kind of weed it or kind of uproot some things, is making you really trying to look at your finances, how you're spending things. That's a tangible way of how you're expressing love. And your career, really maybe probably your mission, your purpose, is seeing that's in line with your journey and where you want to actually go. Right now you're seeing you got to kind of get removing to this energy where you say, I just got to kind of sweep around my own front door, get rid of things that don't really serve, don't really work, opening up the door, get some fresh air through the house where you're living, your home, whether it's physically or internally, what you talk about spiritually. You really kind of getting ready and saying, I need to start cleaning house. You move into the energy in which you are now being able to receive your divine feminine energy, being able to get into that high heart chakra, getting into opening up your third eye, which is the overseer of all the chakras as well, helping you to be able to level up to and to go with the flow of things. So that's helping you to be able to free yourself. You're also moving into the point that you kind of like getting some messages from some unlikely sources that you would have never thought of, like I did the rainbow, the cross, the seeing of my divine masculine's last name on a business out there in Milwaukee. And I was like, what? And he don't have a common last name either. So he's like, you don't see that on everything. So this is what you're working at, that you're hiding from other people, which is your gilded regret. This is stopping you. Again, I told you the overacting crown chakra that I had. I was talking about myself, but it looks like I'm not in this by myself. So it's a lot of you divine feminines that are having the same issue, which is it not allowing a lot of the downloads and the things that need to kind of come into you, because you're looking at this regret from the past, some things that you felt like you should have maybe had done. Maybe it's a mission or your purpose, or even in the relationship with your kind of counterpart as well, divine counterpart, that is playing a part. This is because this is due to something contractual. So something with your soul or your spirit is said that you need in order to be able to balance some things. Maybe hitting the books is maybe to help to trigger these things, to kind of make you saying, you know what, you've been kind of a little blind here lately. You know, spiritually we kind of clean. Got to start off with a clean slate. We're looking at things in the past, what contracts, which means what things have we agreed to, what things have we binded ourselves to, that we really should be letting go. Karmically, I know we're at that period because of the energies have allowed that we kind of wrapping up some karmic things. I pulled up the cards to kind of really try to understand and see what was going on with us. I know the reversals, it is what it is. And so let me turn this and do this way. So we got this guilt and regret, and this is something contractual to me, which means something karmic, some lessons that that we've learned, and that's probably still plaguing us until now. And so right now, because of this contract of this guilt and regret, it has made us kind of play the part of being a false person when it comes to this. And this is also caused the divine masculine life to be false as well. He's trying to play like he's debonair and suave, and heck, the burning is burning behind him. He said, burning down the house, doo dum, doo 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 doo. Oh, baby. All I hear is burning the house. Doo, doo. I don't remember what it was. Da, 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 da. Burning down the house. Yeah, that part, I remember that. So you burning down the house. So the thing is, so burning down one thing is the foundation of what you think this really has been to your home. And that's really what you think your comfort zone is. And just really saying we got to kind of burn this down as far as what ways we're thinking. We're fanning the flames. We're hiding behind some things. And that's really, truly is not truly who we are. This is why we got to get rid of this contractual thing, because like I said here, you're being blinded by something, you know, blinded by guilt, blinded by your emotions, and you really got to find some balance. Hitting the books, I see here, is going to help you, kind of to help you think about what are you doing with the past that you have agreed upon. You've been doing the work. You've been working behind the scenes. You're going to cause the wheels to turn. You have been flexible in what it is. But you're trying to really create this new news flash about what the current situation, like we at our school, we call it Current Events Thursday, about some current events that's actually happening. Maybe something might happen on Thursday, why I said that. That's currently happening. So you're trying to do the work to kind of make this change. You're looking towards the community to help, and you also look at this sense of family too. If you coming together with even your twin as well, this is going to cause the change, because again, in your thoughts, you got by you doing this change, it looks like to me at the same time you cause it for the divine masculine to really be thinking about you. It's like, you know, how am I painting the pictures, and how am I changing things as well. And you're also doing this within, which is causing your divine masculine within yourself to kind of think of yourself emotionally, like how do you really want to see yourself moving forward after you clear up this contractual things and get rid of this guilty regret that you had about some things that you wanted to do but you didn't do. And so now you got emotionally, like you're like, okay, after I deal with this, now I got some expectations. You know, I've been very calmly waiting, trying to look outside the windows of my soul, trying to see what are some things that I actually want to see come about. I see a castle there, new home, some greenery, how you're going and getting things going in your heart chakra. So this is causing all of these things contractual. Once you get rid of it, you really find this balance within yourself. With contractual means whatever your soul purpose, with things that you said that you needed to in order to learn and to move forward, is causing that. That goes back to this intentions again. What are you doing with that? Okay, so now after you do that, you need to deal with, as far as what you need to surrender, is surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. I said that with the divine feminine card, which had a flow of being able to receive so everything can flow. Okay, and so you need to free yourself. And so maybe a lot of you all is the effortlessness is coming from you just feeling like you're stuck. And if you really would just free your mind again, to me again, it's all about this mind again. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow. So you're doing that. So you got to free your mind. This mind is really causing you to be something that you could just easily just step right on out of. Is causing you to become a prisoner of. Surrender to your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to desired outcome can sabotage it. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling also as well, is that again, you hold on tight to his expectations. That's why I was a little kind of hesitant when she said expectations in this card at the end. It's like, you know, sometimes you have expectations. It's like kick a can. You try to reach forward and it just keeps on going out there further and further. So release yourself from attachments, especially when you're thinking again. Free your mind because you're thinking about, okay, I want it to happen this way. I want it to occur this way. And it doesn't actually happen that way. And so then you find yourself going down into a downward spiral of a tower moment because you're like, it didn't happen the way I wanted to. And then you're back on that never ending cycle of the hamster wheel back over again. So again, you got to surrender, which means to me, it define your divine power is that you got to have some balance. Okay, about this. That means balance moving. Think about the past, think about the future. Those things you got to stay right here, presently, right here. Think about how you're communicating. Think about what you're thinking, what you're communicating to. It too, because to me it looks like instead of this is your foundation, your crown chakra, where you going, opening that up. Your way you're thinking is your foundation for everything else to go along, whether it's moving you forward. Again, being present in the moment. To me, this is like a yoga pose. Again, to be learning how to meditate. I told you to do the meditation on the word hey, hey. Hey, so you're doing that. You're meditating on that as well. I see this helps to manifest some things. I see the waters as far as manifesting in your emotions. Here, your communication. I guess that's where I get the blue things. The clouds, again, maybe in some ways, kind of do a lot of outward nature things. If you get near water, get near water. If you're able to just sit there and just gaze at the clouds and just kind of see things through that eye, do that as well. I see a lot of vulnerability too, being open, like the solar plexus being vulnerable as well. There is open. Yes, the heart is also open. All those things. So some about this, they just draw the attention to this, just really like I think about core strength. Like what are you really in your solar plexus becoming strong in because you need to have this. This is all core strength to be able to have this balance and to stay steady, not to move too much in the past and too much in the future. You got to have that core strength strengthened. Okay, let's go over to the divine masculine side, which is with him. We have he wants to make the effort. The divine masculine wants to in the thinking aspects wants to create a great love is worth taking the steps you guided to take. He knows in some ways maybe it might be met with a little bit of resistance from the divine feminine. He doesn't know if she'll be able to receive it because I'm looking at this. She's smiling, but she still look checked out. It's like I'm kind of thinking about what kind of happened, but he's in his heart space here because he's wearing green, and you got green in heart chakra right here. You got this pink, although it's not really like pink fuchsia, but it's right there to me in the manifestation. To me, in some ways, he's kind of divine feminist. You have kind of manifested that moment for him to be able to do that. That might be partially from you doing the work. Okay. The next thing is, I don't have any cards in between this. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna pull one card. So with this, it is he wants to make the effort because he knows that truly he wants to be happy emotionally. This is most in part because the divine feminine has been doing the work as well. And he's saying this to me has been a catalyst. So he's finding things to really be able to celebrate things in. The divine masculine wants something to celebrate in. He's also in that feeling of manifestation because this is manifestation covers very heavily here. The understanding that his emotions is the ones that unlocks the key to create this new beginning. No matter how abstract it might be, this is something that the divine masculine wants. And learning how to be able to create that balance again, because this takes great balance for her to be able to be on this object to be able to open, to unlock some things, and to still find balance as you're doing that. Also, in order to make the effort, he wants to be able to, if the fates allow, to bring all of these things, these energies together spiritually. He has hope. He's believing that his emotions and this hope and this really having faith about some things are going to help to realign this. But he's doing this blindly. So he's really going not by sight, but by faith that this is all going to actually occur. Okay, so that's emotionally, this is what he is feeling. Also, it feels like he's in between two worlds as far as making this effort, but he's moving from the gray, or everything is kind of like, it's kind of murky, kind of mucky, moving into this. Some things has happened to him. He's got the Pleasantville thing. So some things has touched his heart. I'm picking up this, saying it's causing him to be able to say, you know what, because this is happening, it's like almost like a domino effect, which is causing him to be able, certain things in his life are lighting up and turning into colors, no longer very gray, or it's becoming more colorful, and it's giving him like a person, it's giving me life about some things. And so this is causing him to move out of these phases from this cycle of black and white into this. Okay, it'd be curious to know what has caused that. What's the card here? The energies. What's caused him clear to come out of that? I know I pulled it for something else, but I want to know that. Oh, somebody's been envy around here. So I'm going to say that maybe this person has caused him to say that maybe their outlook and the way they look at life is like, you know, is this what I have attracted, or this is what I've got myself into, that I'm growing into this type of person? You know, it's more out there than this, and I kind of got to get out of this shelter to whatever kind of this negative thinking that I'm in, to be able to see what's going on outside of this world. I still want to say it's a callous. It might be, you know, how sometimes you look at somebody, you see how ugly they act, and it causes you to kind of really take introspective yourself. It's like, oh my God, if I attracted this person into my life, then, you know, this also is a reflection of an aspect of who I am. This person didn't just pop up just for just no reason. That's got something that's got to be as an aspect of me. I forgot who I seen that, and they were saying, you know, don't forget that you just always be thinking, oh, they just here. Everybody's here for a lesson and blessing. And when you see some of these people pop up, they're really out of expression of you. I think that's a Luna Ass said that. This is what I'm picking up for. So whoever this person has been in his life, whoever it is like making him say, you know, like I'm always like Urkel said, did I do that? Do I do that? It's like, I act like that. I mean, for that person to be in my world, do I act like that? Okay, I got to check myself before I wreck myself. So this is what this is, and this is causing him to push out into this kind of feels like, I got to kind of get out of this, going into this. So this is the same thing. See, notice how they going from the drab into the light, to darkness, into the light. So whatever this person in this situation is causing him to do that, that's what it's bringing on. He's saying again, it's because it's this round and round aspect. He's at the point that he's saying that he wants to be able to turn the wheel. Okay, now when I look at this as the feminine energy is the one that's causing him to say, I got to take this introspective. I want to turn the wheel. I want to create this change, okay? Because I, too, am tired of this round and round things. I'm looking at the people that I'm attracted into my world and saying, oh, my God, I attract that. In some aspect, I can't keep on saying it's them. Some kind of way, it's a reflection of me, okay? Also, he wants to look into as far as the milk and honey. So he's been nostalgic on some things, looking at maybe how the interaction he was with the divine feminine as well. And so he's looking at how, you know, how we swirling this up into the bowl, how we're receiving things. Milk is how we're nurturing things. Honey is how the sweetness and the flow and the nectar of life. As well, trying to see, you know, what am I bringing to the table from looking at things from the past as well. How am I making this connection with myself, my divine masculine self to my divine feminine things? How am I making this journey to make it over the rainbow into my fortune, into the real life in which is the abundance in which I was which was my birthright. How am I making that happen? So it's a lot of introspective work that he's been doing. And he's learning that he's got to be able to turn the wheels of his heart chakra, find himself that right now at this point, in order for him to make the effort, he might find himself have to bend over backwards, okay? So do it a way that's not naturally what he's used to. He's got to be able to communicate. He's got to create this new beginnings as far as the sacral energy, because this is on how he's connecting with others, how he's really truly having connections with other, intimacy with others. He's letting some things take root, letting things sprout, things blossom and grow from his way of his crown chakra, way of he's thinking of things, and so he can be able to cross it to the finish line. Okay. Also, that's that one. Also, what he's trying to hide is parasites. He's now getting to the point that he's seeing that a lot of things is feeding off of him. Like he said, he's looking at these other people saying, how the hell did you appear in my life? How the hell is, and you know, if it is true about the saying that, you know, people that say your life is a reflection of you, then it's like, damn, I got to really take some introspection. I got to sit down here and make a list and really saying, what the hell is wrong with you? So he's got all these people here that's really feeding off of him to the point that they're like a host. And he's saying, you know, at this point, it's like, okay, it's becoming a bit much. And he's noticing that this is happening, that he's become a parasite that everybody's been feeding off his light, feeding off his talents, his skills, and abilities. And it's like, you know, now he's looking at him saying, how are you serving and how's it benefiting me? Because I don't see where there's no give and take on this. I just feel like you just take, and it ain't no evenness or equality about this at all. I went, no, that's that one. Is that one? Okay, that one. I forgot to do them backwards. Is this one? Right, okay, I did this for that one. Okay, so I wanted to know about what it was for the parasites. So again, I think I've talked about that. He's saying that the parasites is showing up as also financial constraints. The cupboard is bare, and it's still, people are still, like, bills are still asking for their payments. Whoever he's even in this third party situation, they're asking for payments. They need money. The job is probably giving him so much, and it's not helping him to make things make ends meet. He's working paycheck to paycheck, and it's like, you know, everybody is feeding off of him, and he's like, I'm slowly dying because of that. So this is what's feeding into that parasite thing. He wants to be the man that's holding the heart. You know, and so this, when he's talking about matters of the heart, this parasite is like, you know, this is not making me be the man. I think that false person card, even for him, it's like, I'm becoming false, you know, like that. Say that burning down the house. So it's the same thing, just like we're twinning here now. So the same thing that it is for the divine feminine, saying about that false person, I see also cards too with him. He's becoming that false person too, but he's saying this is actually who I want to do. And this parasite is stopping me from being the actual man, the man that knows how to really properly hold a heart. You know, that I'm not wearing my heart on my sleeve and everybody using me all the time. It's actually on his leg, which to me is also having a leg to stand on. I'm being very well supported in that. I'm open with my heart here because it got the shirt open, which I'm vulnerable. It's okay with that. I'm all right with revealing my heart. Letting have people, the right person have access to that. You know, think about the old, why it says, talk about with the long care, being able to have the intuition and wisdom about some things, having along. So really knowing how to work my intuition and my wisdom when you have the long care, you know, that's also a form of that. Like somebody say, don't cut your hair because you cut your wisdom off, and then be in the connection to be able, because your hair is like an extension in the antenna to be able to get all the receive the channelings and the things that you need to. So this is what I'm also picking up with this. It's like, you know, I'm really into my letting the spirit talk to me. I'm using my crown chakra, my hair and everything, to be able to connect and get those messages that I need in order to be that. This being in this parasite, you're cutting me off and I can't really be able to extend myself. And then also with these parasites going on, I'm having a broken heart because there's some things that I'm really trying to see myself doing. This is blocking me off financially. I'm not able to do this. I'm having a broken heart because I'm in this karmic situation or this three-party situation that I don't want to be, and it's not helping me gain freedom. We're twinning, because again, we are reflecting each other as far as free yourself. The divine feminine don't feel like she free herself, but she can, but she's having this illusion. This divine masculine is feeling like he can't free himself because of the situation in the physical. Divine feminine is having the not being able to free herself because it's illusion spiritually. So spiritually and physically, we're seeing right here. So we're twinning here, okay? And so right now he said, I want to heal my heart, but these things are happening and you're sucking me dry, that I'm not able to be able to get that heart, the blood flowing through my heart. I think about like my dad towards the end, he was talking about he's never operating on 10% of blood flow. You know, they can't get all of that. It's not even, it's functioning 10%. It's not even pumping the blood through there properly. And that's the same thing. We got these parasites feeding off of the blood and it's taking it to other places. It's not really properly getting all those things to the proper channels and the places that it actually needs to go. Your brain is not functioning. Your organs can't function off of that. You know, your oxygen, everything is not really functioning. And after a while, your whole system starts to shut down. And so that's the same thing. It's like he's like, I got these parasites that's on me. Okay, so that is what's issuing the problems that's also connected with this parasite thing. Then he's saying that working backwards, he needs to surrender. In order for this to happen, he needs to surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Because right now, you know what I think about? That's my favorite movie, Rudy. I think about it. They had that KFC commercial where we were talking about, I want Rudy, and he said my dream is to be with the KFC to be the colonel. I'm like, Lord have mercy, why, Lord, why? But anyway, when I used to be in college, that used to be my ultimate favorite movie to watch, because I was thinking about, I feel you, don't cut my iPad off, just be here. I see you, I feel you, don't play games with it. Okay, I love you too. Okay, so my thing is that Rudy was one of my favorite ultimate, because he got to the point that, remember, he was trying to get them to put him out there on the football field, and they wouldn't want to put him out there on the football field because, you know, they was like, well, you know, he got XYZ, so many other issues that's going on. And so then he went to the church, and the minister's there, and he's like, you know, Father, he said, have we done everything? Have we done everything that we can about this thing? He said, well, you know what? When you get to the point like that, you know, you just don't do anything. You just like, it's almost like Johnny McClurkin. After you've done all you can, you just stand and you just kind of just let that get to the point that spirit takes over from that point. And from when he did that, looked like the spirit had went on. And that's the same thing that divine masculine is. He's in that Rudy moment. Okay, you know, it called me to look at the movie back over again. Where it's just like, he's like, I really feel like this parasite's on me, and my God, I don't know how to get rid of this stuff. I just don't. And I've done everything that I humanly know or spiritually know with the tools that I have at this point. And so now at this point, the divine masculine is here at this moment in time where it's just like, I don't have the answers. So it's time to, at that point when you're like that, it's like in the Bible, I remember that, where he just fell down face flat, was it Job? And he was just like, I don't know what to do. I just commit myself. I just kind of surrender myself back to you. And his face flat, just take me, because I don't know what to do at this point. And so that's what a divine masculine is. And then so they're saying right now, just surrender to spirit. You know, don't do anything. Pray the prayer. Say the hey, which like the intention sound fine. Do the best you can. Concentrate with what you have. Be thankful for what you have. Stay in that moment of joy and thankfulness for what you have. And just ask spirit from that point on to be able to do and move and create the changes that are needed at that point. So that's where the divine masculine is. Okay, when we're talking about also moving into our divinity, we have God of sensuality. So really being okay with the skin you're in. So that's why I'm saying about naturally getting at the point that where you are, just with what nature has given you, thinking wise, that it's okay. You know, I can work with the gifts that God has given me or the universe has given me, not something material I got to go out and get. And I think in some ways that's where the problem lies, in the divine masculine or in the analytical thinking, but we keep on looking out for 3D to be able to satisfy and to fulfill the needs. Or it is with this, to me, when I think about sensuality, being okay with the skin I am in, being okay with the gifts and the talents and the abilities that where I am, being thankful for it and working with what I have until something else better comes along. Okay, that's empowerment. That also will help for also the parasites to kind of leave you alone at that point as well too, because they're feeding off of you because you're not strong enough, and they're seeing some things within you that say, oh, if I keep you housed and down, then you won't be able to say, you know what, nah, I'm kind of tired of you feeding off of me, you know. I'm not going to allow that anymore. And so when you get empowered by that, that's kind of also playing on that codependency as well, until you get to the point that say, you know what, enough is enough. Okay, so that one. So and also letting spirit show you a different way. Is that? But to me, again, energetically, and we talk about divinity, being okay with who you are, because he's got a lot of things that could be handicapped here. Like I always show you, say he got hooves, he got funny looking ears, but he got right here. You like, well, you know what? I might be able to work with that. I mean, I'm gonna know the hooves and the ears, but all of this, like your face is kind of cute, you know, and all this, you know. I'm like, well, I could kind of work that. The same thing like divine feminine. You looking at them and saying, you know, a lot of times we look at our divine masculines and like, you know, we see the flaws, but still we're like Christianity say, you're beautiful. So you're still beautiful to us. Remember, you're beautiful in every single way. Words can bring me down. So no matter about that, you still beautiful. Okay, you can't bring me down today. So it's same thing. Maybe you need to take on that anthem too about what she talked about. You beautiful in every single way, and we look at you and say we don't care about the words and whatever kind of way you thinking about yourself, but we looking at within yourself that how beautiful that you are, divine masculine, and we wish you could see yourself as beautiful as we see you, even with the flaws and everything else that you bring to the table. Okay, we still say you still cute and you still handsome. I think my friend yesterday, she was talking about the guy she met, and we was telling, I said he is cute, you know. And she like, look, I'm too old to be called no cute. And she said, but you are cute. I said, child, don't be listening to them. I said, them daggone men, they be loving you be calling them cute. They be like, inside they be like the little kid, like, she think I'm cute. She think I'm cute. I don't want to hear that. I tell my DM all the time. I say, you cute and handsome. He gets silent. I said, but I know you jumping for joy inside. I don't want to hear that stuff. Anyway, that's what about, he was talking about dad too. She's talking about a lot of people when she went to a meeting to help her with the grieving of dad's passing, and she's like, the lady was talking, oh my God, he was so handsome and stuff like that. I said, yeah, dad was cute, he was handsome, you know, that part of it. So, you know, we all think that way with people that we love the men. So, like I said, we think he cute, he handsome in his own little way, little smile. We always can look past all them other kind of flaws that they bring to the table on that. Also, divinely, they got to work with karma. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Look like karmically, this is going twofold here. So again, It keeps on saying the divine masculine feels in some ways like if he don't get out this common situation that's going on, he feels like the divine feminine is slowly dying. Okay, so yeah, that might be something about it. It keeps on saying, "No, you say that." Okay, well, all right then. That's what I say. It's like you kind of losing hope. It's like, okay, is you gonna do this, or you gonna keep on still here be arguing in this karmic situation? That could be person, place, thing. Don't always have to be actual person. She look like she kind of looking at him accusing, and he's like this, like I'm taking it all in. And it's like how much more of this kind of interaction can we take? All the time, and he's like in the background, in the seat of my soul and my spirit, I feel like this is what's happening while I'm dealing with you in the 3D with this. But this person is dying in the background. That same thing like with Beauty and Beast, like I was saying, that she went off to go save her dad. In the meantime, when she doing that, the last daggone petal of the rose was falling, and she came back, the daggone beast was dying. Because he's like, well, I thought you forgot about me. You went on 10 years to dad. So, I tried to tell you, you had to kind of stay here with me. But I love you so much. I let you go ahead and tend to your dad. So, that's it. And so that's the way I'm feeling like it's saying that, like karmically. He's like, why he going to tend to do this karmic situation? We almost playing out the Beauty and the Beast. We like, okay, while we trying to kill off and transform and melt down spiritually within ourselves, transform into this beautiful butterfly, some things is dying off within us, but it's not in the point of because it should not be at the point I feel him saying that it's because the divine masculine is gone. It's because yes, he does feel instinctively something is dying off, but yeah, it is that dying off, or maybe we don't feel like we as much as codependent on the divine masculine. We're dying off of that kind of trying to know what's going on in the karmic situation. We're dying off the old self so we can give way to the new. So he's feeling it, but he spiritually, him not being awake, it just doesn't know what's dying about her. I think it's dying off her love, and she don't want to have no connection with me. And it's not really actually that. For some of us, yeah, some of y'all are still in that deuces mentality, and I told y'all to kind of get over that because, again, you tied to him. I'm sorry to give you the news. It don't matter where you go. Rather, like some Daniellleboomlle was talking about on his thing, like you could choose to be on this path or not. Twin flame journey is a choice. No, it's not. Because you still, regardless, the thing program is going to go on, rather you watch it or not. That's just like I'm missing Power right now. Just because I'm not watching it, don't mean Power is going to stop and not be shown on daggone Showtime right now. It's still going to go on. Okay, the same thing with Twin Flame Journey. It's still currently going on and being broadcast. Rather you to turn on to it or you don't. Okay, so now moving on. Karmically, he knows he got to go take this to the courthouse. This means justice. He got to get justice for this situation. So right now, he ain't in the courthouse. He's just really thinking. This is looking like a thinking again. I got my papers. I'm really at that point that I'm saying, okay, I got to go talk. Now, some of these divine masculines have actually went and gone and talked to somebody, and they are really in the process of a lawyer drawing up these papers. These papers either nullify this contract. That's funny again. We twinning again. The divine feminine showed contract on hers. The divine masculine is showing him actually having the contract in his hand and saying, I got to go file these papers. Okay, I keep on saying, she's got papers on me. So again, you got the papers here. He's got to file them. Thing is, he's outside the courthouse. He ain't filing yet. Okay, I wish it was like he dropped them off, which means I ain't already did it. I'm just waiting for it to manifest in the 3D, and what is so in, so within, so without, or he's actually done what's on earth is in heaven. He's actually did it. He's on his way to doing it. So that's a little bit. So okay, we at that process, so we rejoice in that. He knows that he's got his eyes on the prize. When I see this let me know he's got eyes on the prize, which is to have great fortune be poured out after he does this act. He knows also that he's tired of why he's feeling karmically. This in his situation again. It's a lot of tugging, a lot of things going on. The karmic situation is laughing at him, emotion, bringing a lot of emotions that he feels like he's being laughed at about it. He's really trying to be a good sport in it. He's smiling and like, but he's like, he's smiling in your face all the time. Won't take your place. The backstabbers, backstabbers. So it's a lot of backstabbing. The light is not being shown in front of him, but the light is in back of him, which lets you know that the spiritual powers or entities or angels or whatever is giving him lightnings and supporting him and protecting him from behind. Although it's not in front of him lighting his path, but it's there for that, because they're always, even in these common situations, no matter how bad it gets, they're still divinely protected. Okay, he's got children. There's children involved. They're playing on him. He's playing on his time. They're robbing him of time because they're stopping him from being able to move forward in time into the next level or to the next thing he needs to take place or event in his life. This could also be he's being robbed physically by actual children, either his children or the karmic situation's children, or it could also be his inner child. His inner child is robbing him from moving forward because it keeps on telling him, nah, stay there. We're comfortable here. This is how it was done when we was child. He got the abandonment issues. He's got the exploitation events. He's got the attack and judgment issues. You know, those things that's playing a part that's not helping him propel and to move forward. Okay. And then so also the occupation in his heart. He knows also that he is emotionally, he's got to do the work, okay? And this work is going to help to shine some light and give him enlightenment as to far as what things he needs to try on as far as the fabrics of life, what things he got to cut the cords on, what things in which, again, that, you know, like I said, trying on new identities, new personas of who he actually is, to sewn it, to put it all together to create this new him with this. He's got to get rid of this karma because this karma situation is adding onto this parasitic situation that he's actually in. Okay. Ending on that note. Okay, let's talk about what does the divine feminine wants to say to the divine masculine, and what does the divine masculine wants to say to the divine feminine, which is this. Divine feminine says, love who you are. And that sounds good because it's again, it goes to the God of sensuality. Okay. You are divine and wonderful person, deserving of all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. When I read that, I think about the card in the dark mirror, which is atonement. Some kind of way he's felt, you know, that card, you see me on that, which shows all these daggers and swords hitting him in the back of him, which is also saying that he feels in some ways it's like, you know, hit me with your best shot. Come on and hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. So in some kind of ways, he felt like, you know, hit him with the best shot because he like, I deserve this. Okay, but you know, the divine feminine saying you don't deserve that. Stop turning around and letting the parasites feed off of your top, saying, okay, I deserve all this bad stuff come to me because of what I did to you, the divine feminine, because what I did to other people, people who love me, this is it, because inner child said this is what I deserve because I was abandoned as a child, this is what I had, people taking advantage of me, exploitation, I've had experienced violence, physical, emotional, verbal, you know, financial abuse. And so this is why when I've had financial constraints, I'm used to this. Okay, so she's saying, love who you are. And then she's also saying, turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. Remember when you loved. That came in there with the milk and honey. He's already been nostalgic. She said, build upon that. I am also going to do a heart meditation that's going to just be for $5. It has proven to work. I've seen it bring my divine masculine and us together. I'll start working with that this week. I'll see. I might. I'm not making. It's gonna be this week. That's what I'm doing because you need to have that. It's just gonna be $5. $5 holler. I'm gonna try to do some $5 meditation, $5 hollers, kind of things to kind of get you all or to do that, to kind of say, pouring into the universe, letting it know, actually, I want change. This is like my, not like tithes, but my thing of letting it know of an energy exchange to let the universe know I'm serious about this movement of creating change for this. So I'm going to do a $5 meditation. Um, Make a announcement on the community tab about this. This has been proven to work with me. I've seen it open up for myself, and I've seen it open up with my divine masculine. And also on top of that, when you use this meditation, it also helps you. You keep on doing it. After a while, you'll see what's in your heart space, and you'll be able to see what's in his heart space as well. Very good meditation. I said, no, I'm just gonna offer $5. I'm gonna do it real cheap and low, the $5 things. I see if I had time to do that. I got to do lesson plans, but definitely I would love to kind of kick it out and get rid of it today with that. But it's a very good meditation at that, and I'm gonna offer that on Divine Unisouls 11.co, and I'll let you know when it's ready. Okay, I will work on that one because that's not really going to take that long. Here, I could really sit up at lunchtime and make that meditation too. So I see how I would do that. But definitely, the Spirit said you need to give it to them, but it's got to be an energy exchange. $5 holler. $5 there, and you can have that, but it's going to be life changing. I've seen it. I'm going to tell you something that I know definitely work, and I have seen a shift and change in my divine master, well, so it's myself, and then help you to be able to do that. So turn your light, your heart on that one. And the divine master is very simple. He says to the divine feminine, like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. Be love. Think love. Be the change. I'll get that together since the divine masculine said that to you. I will work on getting that meditation together for you all, and then offer it on the I gotta do that thing, and then offer it on Divine Unisouls 11 thing. Is really good. I've seen it work. This something that was channeled to me one day in my meditation and said this will help you. It helps you open up and to be able to receive love, not even just for yourself but for your divine master. And that's why I say a person who has, I'm really going to try to work on keys of things that works for those people that have like an overactive crown, because my crown is overacting. It does that on everything. Everything I got a question, and he has it too, because he'll question everything. I say, oh God, hear the manifestation of who I am. Like I say, like attract like. I see it working because he questions everything down, and I was like, God, that's me. Okay, so on that, two things. This Saturday, please watch. We will be simulcasting this week with Jupiter 11:11. That's 10 a.m. for her. Yeah, 10 a.m. Central on my channel and her channel. We'll be talking about, I forgot what the topic was, but anyway, okay, I'll come on there and say, anyway, you know, whatever it is, it's going to be dynamite. Oh, okay, about what's going to happen for what to expect to get ready for 2020, the vision of next year, and how we could prepare now to get ready for what's going to happen then. So that's what we're talking about. Also, two is three things, I lied. Also, the 411 workshop and seminars that's going to be in 4/11/2020. I will be also on there being a guest speaker on that one. Make sure that you go on Jupiter 11 site to sign up for that. I should link that up on my website too. I have to tell about that. If you want that, I'll put that on mine too. I got to update that. Being a guest speaker for that. We need to have a flyer or something. That just came to me. But anyway, once you get all the speakers, we can do that. Just think it out loud. So that one, that's going to be great. I'm very excited about that opportunity because it's really coming into what I say, my vision, and I got to sit down. You know, those of you all have mission and vision, you already have, you know, sit down almost just like a business, get that business plan together. What's your mission? What's your vision? what's your objective, what are your goals that you want to have. Although I'm taking the classes for educational leadership, but that's also, it all falls in line with that. So I'm passing this on to you to really get serious. That's almost like create the vision, make it plain. Those who don't have vision, they perish. What are you really seeing you doing? Those of you all that do actually have a mission and a vision. Mission, mission and the purpose. Sit down and really kind of map that out and get more definite with that, so the universe can kind of know how to kind of fill that out for you. Also, October the 7th, I hope I got the right date, which is whatever is the first Saturday in October. I will be doing the next topic in healing your inner child, which is on attack and judgment. Again, I will have my guest in the Sunshine Lounge would be Miss Kathy. She's going to be there. She is a certified life coach, a cognitive behavior specialist and therapist, and she specializes in violence in all aspects: physical, abusive, verbal, emotional, and financial. Those are all the aspects of violence or abuse as well. So make sure you're in that lounge too, in case you want some expert help. That she's there. She also has her own site, which is pineapple fishing, pineapple fish life coaching. I know I always mess up. I'm like, am I dyslexic too, like Sophia Charles? Anyway, but okay. Pineapple fishing life coaching.com. I know she'll plug in there. She'll put down at the bottom about that. I'll get it together and I'll go to her site, kind of get some things you want to kind of pre-check her out before she comes on. I thought that was a great way. I always believe in, helping out others. It's like you help me, I help you out. If I think you're doing great, or you're just starting off and you just need a leg up, hey, plug your stuff down at the bottom. If you got a site or something like that and you really want people to know about what services that you offer as well, most definitely use this as a platform, my channel, to get spread your word out and let them be known. This is a community. I truly do believe in that. I put my money where my mouth is. You see me talk about other people. I back up things, support others. You don't hear me doing a flash and dash like this is the Divine Sunshine Show. And I don't go back and reach back. I do definitely believe in the Sankofa. I see 124. I love you too. I definitely believe in going back to Sankofa method, which is the African belief, where you go back and you snatch and you bring people's forward, others too. So definitely on this, we are a community. We are a twin flame community. It's just not me. Okay, so again, watch all of these channels to kind of help you out. The things that I watch out, this to say again: Jupiter 1111, Sophia Charles for Twin Flame Community, Tim Green, TwinFlame Healer. I have watched what is it, Healing with Z. I watched her too. Manifesting Beautifully. Am I missing somebody else? Because there's a lot of course, this is the Divine Masculine, Divine Masculine. Daniellleboomlle. I have watched him. Whole host of the other ones, but those are the main ones that I kind of bounce around and kind of look at to kind of see what they're doing. It's another one, Twin Healings. She's Twin Healings too. Lomaka, Dream Queen, her, all these kind of things. We're community and helping out and really trying to uplift each other. Okay, that's enough. I'm Madeline on. I say 1247. That's good, and I'm seeing that. So until next time, this is long, but this is gonna last you because you don't never know when I'm gonna come back on it again. But definitely gonna do that meditation thing for you all. Sometime this week. Like I said, I could really do that over lunchtime because I know that like the back of my hand. So if I could drive and do it at the same time, I would, but I ain't gonna do it. All right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.